Okay, so today I'm going to make a point of interest that will work in multiplayer. What this is a it is a just area that when you enter it, it will inform you that you have entered, and you can use it to like do other stuff when you enter. Maybe like special effects on the screen, but I'm just gonna do the simple like message when you enter. So first, I'm going to get an area sphere. I'll put on the ground wherever. So I'll rename it to POI 1, and then I will change its size to 10, its radius, which will make it have a diameter of 20. Then I'm going to go to Entity, Triggers. I'm not going to use proximity triggers. They just do not work in multiplayer very well at all. I will add an area trigger. Just stick it anywhere, and the center is usually the easiest. I'll actually stick it right here for upwards later on. And I'm going to rename it to what I want to call this point of interest. So I'll call it random POI. You can organize this however you want. I will make it so it triggers only the local player. So whenever it's entered, not everyone will get this message. Only the person who enters it will get it. If you don't do that, then everybody will get it. Like if you make a teleporter and someone enters it and you have it on just everyone, it will teleport everyone, which can be a problem. So it'll only teleport the person who enters it. Will inform the person who enters it that they've entered it. Now I'm going to click on the POI. I held spacebar to make that show up. And then going to go to Target, Pick, and then select the random POI. I'm also going to attach, I'm going to link the sphere to the area trigger. That way if I move the area trigger, it moves the sphere, and it's really incredibly useful. Okay, so I have that set up. It's all ready to go. Nothing needs to be done except I need to create the flow graph now. So create, no group name, pull this in. Okay, so you can see there's nothing in there. I'm going to go to add selected entity. It just added the graph entity or the area trigger, which is what I made the graph in. So now that's added. I'm going to set the multiplayer options to serve client only real quick. Set the let me see. I'm going to make HUD display info message because you're being informed, and that is how I roll. And the message will be, you have just entered this area at okay, so it'll display for 10 seconds, and when I enter, it will inform me that I've entered, which is not going to help me a lot here. You have just entered it. Okay, so obviously this would work better if like the area was represented by something. Say there's a graveyard, you can put this around a graveyard. It also doesn't have to be a sphere. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to make an area shape. I'm going to line to terrain. I'm going to make it whatever shape I want. I'm also going to give it a height, so it's or where I'm entering, and I'm going to display filled. Okay, looking good. So name this one POI 1 for organization's sake. Pick. Now enter. That was weird. It triggered late. Let me see. It appears there's a glitch that when it doesn't work unless I press spacebar. I'm gonna lower it into the ground. Maybe it'll work a little bit better. Yeah, okay, it was because my feet were not entirely in, so whenever I jumped, I'd enter. So now, I can enter fine, but then it can be redundant if you keep entering, so I'm going to fix that. Pull open the flow graph, which you can do by clicking on FG or going to View, Open View Pane, Flow Graph Editor, and I will add a time delay, and I'm going to add a logic gate. So whenever it enters, it goes to the gate to get there. I'm going to put a logic any and a miscellaneous start. This will make it so that the gate works right, because I need to have the gate disabled and it only enables after so long. Let's see. So when you start, it opens the gate. When you enter, whenever it goes out, it'll delay it. I know it'll close it whenever. Here, I need to make another logic gate. I'm just gonna have it go directly to now. This one will be open, and then this one will be. I'll make another one. And it will be closed. Oops, let's copy. And so, whenever you start a game, it'll open it, which means when you enter, it'll inform you, and after you've entered, it'll close itself, but then it'll start a time delay that will allow it to open back up after, let's say, 5 seconds. So, let's test it. See, it works. It doesn't work, and then if I knew where it was, that would help. I'm going to add an object right on the border. Probably not the best object. I've entered again. See, and it waited 5 seconds before it informed me again. It's not letting me, so it's not too redundant if people are going in and out of an area. And you can change that time so it doesn't do it like, it'll do it like every minute, because people will be entering these areas all the time if you're in combat or something. There's one last feature. I'm just going to add a sound. Let's see, play sound. I'm going to add game, local player, choose entity, make the local player. When you enter, it'll play. The sound will be. And if you want to do custom sounds, I'll have to get to that in another tutorial. But you can find the game's secret sounds, which are really fun to